Good afternoon and welcome to something about being out here. I find these really good. They're LED lamps, and when I'm decorating they're quite easy to use. So the main reason I'm decorating is this here, but everything's interlocked in this bedroom. And what happened was something got put in here and it knocked the paint. So the issues, there is no issues, but this wall over here will take one lot of wallpaper, but I've had to order two because the bits around the window are quite fizzly. So this is where the camper vans is that we'll be going. Quite sad really, but it's the way it is. So this is a lot of people like this wallpaper. It's camper vans and motorbikes. When I put it up it does look really pretty, but because of the damp, the rising damp, I was actually watching this morning of a lady who lived with the rising damp, and if you leave it, it just gets worse and takes over. As you can see there, it's rising to the roof, so that needs to be treated. So when you put a bed up against the wall, it discolours all the skirting board, so I've all that to do. So, and then mainly keeping everything clean. It's a dreary day. It's been a good day though. I've joined 2 clubs for 2024, both in quite the local area, and I'm going to concentrate on catching some bigger fish and filming along the way. Normally January, February time is really miserable. It's really wet and windy. People are still fishing. With it being cold and wet, I don't want to kill myself just yet. Yeah, as you can see, pretty dreary, windy. So yeah, this is what I'm sorting out at the moment. I'm trying to tidy up along the way, which I am doing ever so slowly. I had to make a payment for my fishing club membership. I'll go around to see my friend because I am classed as disabled. So anyway, I've gone for the disabled permit. They do that. That's the first time I've ever done that. But I am classed as disabled because of my mental health problems. So yeah, that's the way things are at the minute. If I don't work, I'm a lot better. If I work, I'm a lot worse, which is no good. It's a common cycle. I've got to go back to the medical centre on the 28th again for a change of medication. What makes sense to me is one medication treats all. How that's going to work, I don't quite know, because I take propanolol and I take mirtazapine and another antidepressant, and the reason why one medication is because 2 I take in the morning, one's an antidepressant, and the other two are beta blockers for my heart rhythm. And yeah, the beta blockers are really good for me because they have irregular heartbeat. So yeah, very irregular heartbeat. And I think the propranolol helps. But I also take another antidepressant in the morning. So how that's going to, if you mix that into one tablet, one of them helps me sleep at night. So do I take everything at night then, when the recommendations for the medication in the morning? So that's what we're going to talk about, I think. And I'm going to have to write that down because that's personal to me and what I want to tell the doctors. But I think we're all human, and I think it's relevant to other humans that suffer with mental health issues. People still really don't believe that they exist. Well, they do, and it can be controlled better with medication. I'm not saying it's perfect, because it's not. So yeah, so this is what I'm doing at the moment. I've got a roll of wallpaper for that back wall, and it caused a lot of controversy for one reason or another. I went away for 2 days, came home, and I have to be careful, I have to be this, you're not doing it. And I'd already got the paper, so yeah. It is an old house, it's our house, we'll always live here, I think. So my dad has always said that if this was ever sold, it'd get knocked down. It'd be a shame, but there's a lot of land to this, so we are very lucky. There's the house and the land at the back, so it's a big plot, let's put it that way. 3/4 of an acre probably. So to some people that are anglers, 3/4 of an acre isn't massive, but for a house and a garden, it is pretty spacious. So yes, I've had to take the doors off my cupboards because I want to do the surrounds and paint them properly, but I'm doing it a little bit at once. I've sanded the bottom bit down there, I'm going to sand the top bit. I don't believe in rushing because I think if you rush you make a mess. So I need to go downstairs and get a Stanley knife, and I think I'm going to rip the paper off on the ceiling, which is, you just get on and do it. So yeah, and the whole job started just because of your rising damp, but that's life. That paper, I didn't buy any extra, but in my experience, if you put new on, it just doesn't match because of the sun. The sun fades things over time. A lot of these cupboards are looking a bit dirty and tired, so they need a coat of paint. So I'm going to do the right hand side, let it dry, and then eventually I'll move my stuff back into there, give it a good period of time to dry. I'm thinking, because of this wall here, the wall here I'm going to do blue, and this I'm going to change. This may go to the bay wallpaper, but all this is going to stay the same, I hope. So I'm doing everything steady. I've not been on the decorating side of it for quite some time. So yeah, that's where I'm up to with everything. Step ladders. For getting paint off, I find this very good in combination with a Stanley knife. I just quickly painted over it last time, and I'm thinking now I'm going to have extra wallpaper, extra blue wallpaper, so for a protection I think I'm going to put the wallpaper in there. I'm not wasteful, but this wall is wasteful, but you have to get 10 meters of wallpaper to match it in, so I'm waiting for the wallpaper to come first. I should get everything. The base should be here tomorrow, and then I'll be able to start stripping this off and decorating. But I don't do it until I've got the wallpaper to do it and enough to do the wall, and then hopefully there'll be a little bit of spare when I do that wall. I'm pretty sure there will be. Just over 2 meter ceilings, so yeah, that little bit will probably take another not much of a roll, so yeah, roughly. So what we do get, because it's an old roof and it's very high and people won't go on the roof for one reason or another. It's a very steep roof, people won't go on the roof. I've asked people in the past not going on the roof. If it was a bungalow with a flat roof, they'd go on it, but not this one. Just doesn't really make sense. But what you get a lot of damp coming through the roof, even though it's insulated. A lot of it is black mould. But if you spray it and wipe it, it does actually stop it. But because nobody will do the roof, when you go up in the eaves, you can see gaps in the roof and you can see skylight. So I don't know. I really don't know why someone would knock this house down, because structurally it's good. Doesn't blow in the wind, it's bricks and mortar. I don't think it needs to come down. It's an old house and it's quality built. Bricks and mortar and render. And I don't think you can go far wrong with that on a plot. So it's from Dave at Something About Being Out. Thank you very much for watching, and see you on the next live. Bye bye.